Frankenstein. Is it a quality piece of literature? I'm Jimmy, and today I'll be talking about what makes this story a good piece of literature and something worth reading. So to begin, the story Frankenstein is about a man named Victor Frankenstein whose dream is to create a living, breathing person. So over years of studying and collecting parts, the doctor ends up creating his own creature, and on one night, he comes to life. The problem is that the doctor and the rest of society got afraid of the monster due to his horrible looks, and that ends up driving the monster into being hidden and isolated from the rest of society. The monster then learns to be angry and starts wanting to have vengeance on his creator and the rest of society. But as time goes on, he ends up living with an old blind man, which teaches him compassion, and that's when things start to change. So as time goes on, Victor Frankenstein falls ill and ends up passing away. The monster then has nothing left to do with his life, so he starts to walk away from his life and possibly start a new one. We end up finding out that the monster kills himself at the end because he has nothing left. Now, there are three main reasons why this story is a great work of literature, and one of them is because a critical analyst said so. The next one is because it has a great theme statement and its quality, and the last one is because the literary devices are great being used. In this case, it's pathetic fallacy. The first reason is because a famous literature critic named Walter Scott reviewed it and said it was quality. His positive response was due to the fact that it was beautiful, passionate, and it was fresh. He also admires that improbable events happen to show that ordinary people what ordinary people would do in an unordinary event. The next reason is that the theme statement is quality and represents a timeless theme, which is that society is not accepting to anything except themselves. This is a prominent theme in the story because no one accepted the monster for what he was, and that no one would believe in him. There's an example in the story in which a girl falls into a lake and starts drowning, and the monster ends up saving her. But the normal people around her didn't think he was a good thing or person, so a person ends up shooting him. And in the story, it says, "When the monster saw me draw near, he aimed a gun, which he carried, at my body and fired." This means that the person judged the monster just off of his looks and not his actions. And the final piece that shows that the story is a quality piece of work is that it has a good use of literary devices. In this case, pathetic fallacy. Pathetic fallacy is when the environment or nature outside represents the mood or attitude of a character within the story. And in the story's case, the monster says, "The desert mountains and dreary glaciers are my refuge." This shows how sad and lonely his surroundings were and how it calms him because he feels the same way about it. The use of this device emphasizes the emotion and atmosphere that the writer is trying to get with you. So, whether it's a critic expressing their positive opinions, a relatable and timeless theme statement, or the use of literary devices, it's hard to say that the story Frankenstein is hardly a bad or mediocre piece of literature. The story covers a great deal of sociological and moral problems and leaves the reader thinking about how their thoughts and ideas of society apply to them, even though it's a fictional story. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.